Good morning, everyone. George Pino, Commercial Brokers International. Today we're going to do a little bit of a class, but we're going to actually do a little bit of a rollback in that a lot of agents have actually came out and they've asked, well, what should I be looking for in a brokerage company to help ensure my success? And I think that's actually one of a very key thing to look at, because a brokerage company can really make or break an agent on the way they have set up their business practices, how they do it, and their support for the agent. So it's something that as a new agent, everyone should really look at. And also, even older agents or more experienced agents are going to want to reevaluate that during a certain time to see if their company has grown with them. And if not, it may be an opportunity or time to make and consider a change. So, number one, first and foremost, your brokerage company that you are looking at, they should have a clear objective. And what I mean by that is they should understand what they're doing. They should really have a good business plan and just a concept of exactly what they're trying to accomplish. Clear objectives about, are they looking to help the clients? Does it co-align with what you're doing and what you want to get into the business for? Next, does the brokerage company have a competitive advantage? And it should, if you're going to look at that brokerage company. That competitive advantage can be various things. There are some companies out there that promote themselves as a discount brokerage, thinking that's a competitive advantage. So, pricing might be one of the competitive advantages. A unique product or service. So a brokerage company may be offering some unique products or services that other companies don't necessarily offer, whether it's going in and also for the agents. So, especially look at this in the terms of the marketing of the agents and the company itself. There are some companies that are ahead of the curve that work with the agents to create a marketing plan to promote their agents and get them out there. So, is that a competitive advantage for you as an agent? Absolutely. Now, in addition to that other competitive advantages of a company are specific areas. They might have density in a certain neighborhood or a certain area that they control. And this may be an area that you want to work in, so this may be a company that you might want to take into consideration. So look at all the competitive advantages that a brokerage company can offer you as an agent to help ensure your success on that side of it. Take a look at not just what they offer their clients, but what they're offering their agents. Because some brokerage companies look at agents as profit centers, looking to nickel and dime them, trying to take as much out of their pocket versus looking at them as partners, where if they increase their business and help increase their business, then both the agent and the company succeeds. And I think that's what you want to look at if you're a new agent. You want to find a company that's co-aligned with what you're trying to accomplish and also with what your goals and business goals are. A recruiting plan. What's their recruiting plan? How are they going about bringing in new agents? A lot of companies work with the agents that they have. It's great to be able to have a say in who the company is looking at. Refer agents to that company. Also, they should be reaching out, talking to other agents, maybe hosting networking events. Whatever it may be, there should be a recruiting plan in place, because you're also going to want to see new agents come on board and to work with, and it's going to be the team. Speaking of team, this has been talked about quite a bit in the last 5-10 years, but company culture. And I think it may be kind of a cliche, but I think company culture is definitely the reason why people have talked about it so much in the last 10 years, is because it's so important. So finding the right company culture that's going to foster you to want to be there every single day, to actually go about your business without negative input from coworkers or wherever else, but that fostering that company culture where everybody's on the same playing field, working together and creating more business. Generally speaking, that's what a lot of people are looking at, especially with live-work balance that they're trying to accomplish. Training. ongoing training, not just for new agents, but also for older agents, senior agents. You're going to want to look for companies that do training for the agents, not just in their asset class, but perhaps even other asset class. Also look for companies that bring in guest speakers, whether they're title specialists, 1031 specialists, attorneys, CPAs, lenders, environmental specialists, whoever it is. Have companies that have a good network that will bring these people in to talk about and help train the agents on how to go about that, including motivationally business development. How's the training for business development? A lot of times, I remember my business partner's first job when he got in real estate, he looked at his boss and said, how do I find clients? And his boss literally picked up a white pages, which for those that are too young is a telephone book, and dropped it on his desk and said, start calling. Not exactly the best business development advice. That was his only advice. It's probably actually, one of the best in the sense that cold calling is your number one source of revenue and creating of leads, but at the same time, not much training took place. They didn't help him with his pitch. They didn't show him what to say. They just said make calls. So you want to have a company that's going to help train you so that you're as efficient as possible, so that you're doing as much business as possible. And the training shouldn't be just about business, but also about your business. And what I mean by that is, are they making you more efficient? Is the company promoting you, helping you with growing your business, showing you ideas for your CRMs, things like that, so that you can actually grow your business with the company. Speaking of CRMs, software. What type of software does the company have, the brokerage company have, and what do they offer it for the agents? Is it free of use charge, or do the agents have to pay for it, or do they pay a portion of it? Those are all questions to ask. Some of the top software programs that are out there, of course, are going to be CoStar. I think they're very essential tools for analytical, especially if you're doing any kind of commercial leasing. You also have other tools such as Crexi, LoopNet, AIR. Do they supply the contracts for AIR? Do they have a CRM company-wide that you can use? Caveat, beware, a lot of times the company-wide CRM, or I shouldn't say a lot of times, almost all the time, if the company supplies a CRM, the data that you input into it typically belongs to the company because it's their software. So a lot of times agents may get their own CRM. But what you want to do is find out what software they are offering for you, okay? And not just the software, but the tools as far as is it LexisNexis, people search, skip tracing to help find names, AI data. All that software is important for you to do your business and help you do your business more efficiently. So hopefully a company that you're looking at is ahead of the curve, have some of those tools available to you so that you can utilize them. Doesn't mean you need them to do your business. I think it just makes it easier to do it so that you're more efficient and therefore you do more business. So, and that's really ultimately the goal. Lastly, when it comes to the brokerage company, we've talked about having a clear objective, right? A competitive advantage within the marketplace itself, a recruit plan, ongoing training for just new agents as well as experienced agents, and then software. So the next, I think, that we want to look at, and we talked a little bit about company culture as well, but really, I think the key thing, and for any brokerage company, if you're going to be working there, typically speaking, the average agent that is successful stays at the brokerage company on average for about 7-8 years. So this is a long-term investment of your time that you are making with them. So make sure, I think the key thing is really that company culture that we talked about. Who's there? Do you have the support? What kind of support are they willing to give you? And does that support come free, or is that a cost? And what I mean by that is support, secondary support. You have your TCs or transactional coordinators, perhaps, marketing team, advertising team, the senior agents, are they going to help you in the sense of go on tours with you or help you to show you how it's done? Or are they going to go on listing presentations with you? If the ownership is available, do they go on listing presentations with you to help beef up your resume, so to speak? And if they do, are they trying to insert themselves in the deal, or are they just doing it to help you get the listing? So really take a look and count all of that. And I think with that, you can really get a good indication of what kind of company that you're looking to uh, align yourself with to successfully start your career in commercial real estate. So, any questions?